G'day, Aussie Bonsai Bloke here, how you going? Today, this is an Australian native, the redgum. Going to do a bit of work on the redgum today. Pretty much just trim it back, maybe clear some of the moss from the trunk down here, from the base. Seth, you're in the way, bud. And yeah, take some of the moss off the trunk here and you'll find out that it's actually a raft style redgum. And I got it from the paddock. I used to run over it with a slasher every day at work, run over it with a slasher. One day I felt sorry for it because it kept growing in the middle of the grapevines, felt sorry for it, so I dug it up and I let it grow, and it's, you know, it's developing along pretty well now, so it's a hell of a lot bigger than it was when I first collected it. So yeah, it's a bit windy, so hopefully your sound's still okay. Yeah, so I'll trim it back. I'll give you a bit of a spin of it now. This is the tree now, pretty bushy. These redgums grow pretty fast, so they need a lot of water too. You have to give them a lot of water. Grow really fast, but they seem to make good bonsai, except it's very hard to get the internode length short, but I'm still working on that, trying to suss it out. Hopefully as the branch structure gets more developed and more ramified, it'll put out, you know, smaller internodes, so we'll see what happens. Alright, I'll get to work on it and then I'll see you after that. And this is my son's remote control. He wanted me to show you. Drive it, Seth. Pretty cool, bud. Crazy thing. Alright, I'll get back to trimming the plant. Alright, quick, bud. Nice jump, buddy. G'day and welcome back. Got a finished cleaning it up. I did the trunk with just a toothbrush and some water. Trimmed it all up, and I've found out there's a bit of dead stuff around. So they're probably, I don't know, I've still got to get used to this species, using it for bonsai, but there's a dead section here. With that fifth trunk's completely dead now. There's a few there's dead branch here at the back. I guess it's a bit like what they are in nature, really. Like if you have a look at an old redgum, there's a lot of dead wood on a redgum. Dead branch here again. Yeah, this branch dead. Yeah, so I guess it's a bit like in nature, really. Another dead branch here. This one here is almost, yeah, that one's completely dead too. So a bit like in nature, they have a lot of dead wood on them. You being crazy for, boy?
My name is Seth.
Are you crazy? You look crazy. And the dogs.
That's Seth. That's Max. Dad, we're going to like to put back in.
Yeah, they're old boys now, aren't they? Hey, getting old. Yeah, so I'll give you a spin of the tree now that I've finished it. I just wonder whether it needs a bit of a repot. Might have too many roots in here and not enough moisture because it's just drying out too quick. I do water it twice a day, so should be alright, but I think it's just a natural habit of the tree, to be honest. So yeah, that's that one. No worries, I'll give you a bit of a look at the benches too while I've got the video camera out. Show you the benches. There's our dog Max. You're a good boy, good old boy. Here's our 14-year-old Foxy. Getting a bit old, but he's a good dog. There's Sethy with his remote control car again. Okay, well, I'm going to do a run through my benches and some of my trees. I thought I would first up show you me, what do you call it, Mulberry Tree, which I did some work on earlier in an earlier video. It's growing alright. I've also got the Almond Tree next to it. And I hope you can see, I've got some mulberries ripening all over the tree everywhere here, which is pretty cool. Growing my own mulberries on my bonsai. A few around the place. A bit windy here at the moment, so hopefully you can hear me okay. There's all sorts of areas with mulberries, so that's pretty hard to see. Anyway, pretty cool. Get my own mulberries. And then we got the Almond Tree here, which you've seen in a previous video. Had that for a fair few years, collected it from the parents' place. Then we'll go over here. We got an olive that I collected 18 months ago when I collected the olive that I did some work on the other night. I collected them at the same time. It's an apple, the apple tree that you've seen in a few videos. Chinese elm. There's a quince back there. Bit hard to see in the light. There's a quince. This is the old olive, which I've had for a fair while, but its growth's just been very slow, so I've had that thing here with a little bit of foliage it's got on it. As long as I've had this big one here. I started them both exactly the same time. And as you can see, look how developed this one is compared to this one. So it just shows, even though it's an olive, they're not all the same, they behave differently. This one's only got a few little skinny live veins left on it, which is part of the reason why it's struggling. Okay, then I've got another Chinese elm back here. An olive here at the front. It's got a nice trunk to it. Fairly nice structure. Another olive here at the back. It doesn't have that nice a trunk or anything going for it really, but I'm trying to make it to one of those sort of African style trees where they're sort of flat and then bare in the middle where a giraffe might eat them out. So I'm trying to do that with that one. Here's another olive. This one here is a firethorn. Growing alright, very healthy. Well, I got that one out of the way. There's another olive behind there. I've done a bit of work on some of these trees today. I've worked on about 10. I haven't videoed all of them because some of them just plain old trimming, and my memory on my phone doesn't allow to do a video of every one, but I just had a bit of a day to spare, so I've gone through all my trees and worked on them. Yeah, that's the big olive. That's probably one of my biggest bonsais I've got, apart from out in the stock area. Here's another olive. This is my olive area. This is full sun, this spot here. That's why I've got so many olives in this spot, just because it's full sun. That's where I put the red gum back. Here's my little olive. I call this my $3 bonsai because I bought it from the show and it was just a pot with a stick in it, and I bought it for 10 bucks just for the pot. And I've developed the tree now to a point where I think it's worth a bit more than $3 now, but it's doing pretty good. Pretty hard to get it in the right sun there so you can see it. Yeah, that's one of my little favourites now, just a little baby one. And then I've got me bottle brush here. It seems to be growing alright. Got new shoots coming out on it again. These things grow and grow and grow. If you're wondering what these are in the pots, this is from I grew a heap from a seed, from seeds that I collected in Adelaide at the park. I think Princess, I'm not sure what park it's called, but anyway, I collected them there. It was on a tree that was flowering with some beautiful red or pink flowers. So I collected a heap of seeds. I'm going to grow them. I'm not sure what they were. They might be pink flowering almond. I'm not sure what the tree was, to be honest. And there's another olive. This is one of my favourite olives. I'll see if I can pick it up for you. Probably one of my favourite ones I've got. I bought that a few years ago as just a stick, and it's amazing how far that one has come from what it was. When I first got it, you wouldn't have thought of it as anything, but now that I've had it for a while, it's actually starting to turn into quite a nice tree. Yeah, I've been really happy with the progress on that one. As I say, one of my favourites. Then we got a stump. A lot of weeds in this one, sorry about that. Got a stump which I've carved out, but on the side of this old stump there's still a live vein which goes up this side of the trunk, stump, then around the back. So I've created a bit of a tree next to what will be the stump. And then I got this one here. Light's not too good at the moment actually. The story with this one is I collected it off the side of the road and didn't have any digging implements, so I collected it with a screwdriver and that, just as a trunk. Chopped it all back as a trunk. It was a massive bush, probably, I'm guessing it would have been 10 foot high, maybe more. Chopped it all back, grew branches out, and yeah, it's starting to look pretty good. A bit hard with the light there because there's some light reflecting back on the camera, which makes it sort of dodge between going light and dark. It doesn't know what to do. This one here is a Wisteria, and it's massive, absolutely massive. Collected it from the neighbour's place as a stump. It was up against their foundations of their house, and it was a lot of work to get that out. I've wrecked 2 chainsaw blades, 1 chainsaw bar, just trying to get it out. It had minimal roots when I collected it. I don't know what it's got now because it's only grown since spring, so it's been growing for 2.5 months, but surely with that amount of foliage it's got some sort of roots by now. All of that can't be running on reserves, it must have some roots. We've got a crepe myrtle here. Yeah, a little crepe myrtle. Another crepe myrtle. It's an olive that I hollowed the trunk out on. You can actually see right through the thing. See right through the olive. I've got to do some more work to it, wire it down again and muck around with it. Obviously weed it. I wanted to put in a new pot this year, but time got away from me. Just a little olive. Here's another crepe myrtle. I really want to shoot to come out here. So far it hasn't happened. I gave it another cut here today, so hopefully with the fresh wind there it might make it pop a new bud out. We don't know, just hoping. It's got really nice roots on this one. Roots sort of spread out evenly everywhere, so it's got really nice roots. I'm hoping to get a branch there. If I don't, it's still not that bad a tree, but I may have to think about thread grafting one to come out there. Grow a long branch, train it around, and then thread graft it outside maybe. Here's some mangoes I grew from seed last year. It's a bit hard to keep them alive in Murray Bridge, but they're alive. See, this spring I had a real fungal infection on them and I had to spray them. And they nearly died, but they've reshot again now. This is their 2nd year alive, these seeds. There's that olive that I worked on the other day. It's another old olive. I bought this one from the Adelaide Bonsai Show a fair few years ago, and it's got some I think it's really old actually. I think he had it for a long time on his bonsai bench. I've already had it for 3-4 years. Yeah, it shows a lot of sign of age. What else have we got here? Here's an olive. I think I worked on this on a previous video. Could do some more work on it soon. Another olive here I've got to do some work on. I think the original canopy goes along here. See it better against the tank. Yeah, you can sort of see the silhouette against the tank better. So I've got to trim that back a bit. Get that back in line. Put the sprinkler back in. I've got misters on all of these. What else we got here? I've got a ficus. I'm not a big fan of ficus, but I do have one. And because I'm not a big fan, I've been very lazy and let the wire bite in way more than it's meant to. See, that is bad. real bad how much that's bitten in. Maybe on a Ficus it might grow out, but it's still not a recommended thing to do. That's too far. If you ever want to know if you're going too far, that's too far. That's bitten in a long, long way. Or should I say the plant's grown around the wire. There's the forest I worked on. There's a Jap maple. I think I've done a video on that one. It's got a really nice root system. It's growing pretty well. I had to give it another haircut the other day because it shot out a heap of new shoots. It's got a good branch structure around the place, so I'm pretty hopeful for that one. This one here is a Chinese elm. Still working out what I've got to do with that one. This one's a pomegranate I collected. It's probably almost about time now that I thin it out and do some work on that one. I think I had pretty good roots from memory when I dug it up. There's the daughter's plant, sort of stuck in the background there, but it's flowering. What else we got? Got lovely new foliage growing on this Chinese elm that I've done some work on. It's really starting to fill out now. Should take a step back, so it's starting to look pretty good. Considering that's only 2 years out the ground, maybe, not even that. Just some apple blossom hibiscus that I've grown from cuttings. That won't be a bonsai, that's just going to go in the garden. This is the hawthorn. As per normal, it grew a lot of flowers and then none of the fruit stuck, so I think the only fruit I've found is that one there. I don't know whether it needs pollination or what, but that's the only bit of fruit I've found out of all those flowers. I had thousands of flowers. There's the Juniper I worked on last. Silver birch. Yeah, that's the silver birch. Ash tree. It's a lemon tree. It's growing pretty strong, but these new leaves are massive. Absolutely massive. A little Chinese elm. I've got to give that a bit more of a trim again. Oh, sorry about the coughing. Here's a couple of apple trees that the kids have grown from seed. They had an apple and they realised the seeds in the middle had already sprouted, so they wanted to plant them. This one here is a blueberry bush. Okay, here we got a Kumquat tree that I did as an air layer. Me and me mate, and that's growing pretty good. It's really shooting out now. It sort of grew a fair bit of growth at the start, then it stopped, died back a bit, but now it's shot again, which means that it's definitely got roots now. I took two at the time and the other one hasn't shot again. It died back. See, this is what the other one looked like. Died back like this, but then it shot again, whereas this one hasn't shot again. So this one could be buggered because the air layer didn't have many roots at all. Here we've got a Turkish Oak. Got the branch bender on there to pull that branch back because that was probably pointing almost straight towards the camera there. This branch was going straight towards the camera. So that's just like a clamp set up with a screw that you do up to bend the branch. And then a bit of wire here to pull that bit back a bit more. So yeah. One thing I really wanted to show you was this procumbence juniper. This is the one that I worked on right at the start of all the videos I made, probably 4 months ago, and I put all the pads and stuff on it. And as you can see now, it's completely filled back in, so that's a job to do soon. Whether I make another video or just trim it, I don't know, but certainly needs some work on it. It's really filled in thick now. Yeah, what else have we got? We got an azalea which I'm mucking around with. I bought that a year ago as a small plant. It's growing pretty well, except this year it's struggling a bit, but it's alright. It needs more acid soil, so that's why it's in a pot and I didn't put it in the ground to grow up big. Yeah, that's that mulberry. There's its mate, the other mulberry. Another mulberry. And that one's a cutting from the Wisteria. Hey guys. Hey. Hey. Dogs are being a bit silly. They always be a bit silly. Hey, you'll be right. Hey, silly dogs. Yeah, so the only thing I think I forgot to show you was this one here. I'll just get a good view. It's hard to get it in the light. Yeah, that's the olive there anyway. That one's also a pretty good one, I reckon. Growing along pretty well. Pretty heavy lift like that actually. That was probably a bit crazy. A few more apple trees the kids grew. It's good to get the kids into gardening. Now an interesting thing I want to show you is the crepe myrtle. You can probably, I don't know if you can tell, this crepe myrtle is quite maroonish looking on this side and very green on this side, because this side sees the sun more, which turns it into like a maroon looking colour, which doesn't seem to affect the tree at all, but yeah, it looks kind of cool. Sort of half looks sick, half looks alright, so I'm not sure whether it's a bad or a good thing, but for now it's going alright. Yeah, as I say, that olive there, that's probably one of my favourite little olives. It's got a beautiful base on it. Takes up that whole pot. Well, I reckon that's about it. Got my olive section. Then I got pretty much crepe myrtle section over here. A few olives on there. Just a bit of everything over here in the shade. The plants that I have over here in the shade are normally less tolerant plants, like your hawthorns, Jap maple, you know, stuff that can burn and stuff on a 35-degree day. Yeah, I forgot to show you this one. This one's me Nana Juniper, which I've done recently. I think I've had it for a year and a half out of the ground, just trying to develop it. I did it actually for an Aussie Bonsai comp, but seems to be going alright. Still healthy, even though I've really cut it down and stripped a lot of bark away, but still growing really well. Put a bit of lime sulphur on to make it really white. Yeah. Alright, no worries. Cheers for watching. Aussie Bonsai Bloke. The sprinklers are coming on. Yeah, that's right. I was just saying, sprinklers are coming on. We're getting wet, so have a good one. Cheers for watching. Please share, like,